Hey, Shalom Makim Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and that's for teaching this truth, and much peace, love, and salutation to the elect, beginning with the 144,000, all the way down to the large multitude that believes, and who the Lord will deliver in these last days. To you all I say Shalom. I'm the brother Tazamah from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, coming back today with another quick lesson. And I pray this lesson will be edifying to the elect. I wanted to do a lesson on this video that you're about to see here of a chariot, all right, that was being tracked by the military, and they shot a Hellfire. They shot a Hellfire missile at it, and as the Hellfire missile approached the chariot and hit the chariot, the missile bounced off. All right, and it has Esau, spooked. Now, mind you, you have Esau that's gearing up to, fight the Lord, with the Space Force. And, the scriptures tell you that in Psalm 2, let's just get this real quick. In Psalm 2, he's gearing up to face Yahweh Shai. Let's just get it real quick. I don't want to misquote it. This is Psalm 2 and 2. It says, the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder. Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. And when you read that in the NLT, it says, let us break their chains. Let us break their chains, they cry, and free ourselves from slavery to the Most High. All right, now it's written that Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, when he comes back, he's going to judge and he's going to make war. Okay? And Esau is going to use all his force, all right, to try to fight against Yahweh Shai and the Holy Host, but it's going to be to no avail, man. Okay, because when Yahweh sends forth Yahweh Shai and the holy angels into this realm, if you will, the scriptures talk about one realm against another realm. All right, Esau is going to know, all right, that no weapon that's going to be formed against Yahweh Bashim Shai and his men is going to prosper in that day. And the technology, all right, that Yahweh Bashim Shai possesses with the chariots is far more superior than what Esau has. And even the weapons that Esau does have, all that was given to him by Yahweh Bashim Shai anyways. All right, the scripture says that he's the one that creates the smith that blows a coal in the fire. When you look at particular aircraft and vessels that move in the water and things of that nature, all that really stems back to the creation of Yahweh Bashim Shai, and it goes back to the creation, whether it's a bird, whether it's a fish or a duck, how they can just bounce upon how they can pretty much float upon the waters, and their feathers are pretty much are like non-absorbent to water. That all goes back to the creation that Esau ultimately has to tap back to. But this video that y'all about to see, man, I was like, whoa. I mean, we all know that the chariots are they possess incredible power. But let's take a look at this. I'm gonna let the video play. I might pause it here and there, but like I said, this ain't gonna be a long lesson. But let's take a listen.
Conclusion that I believe that there are, aliens coming from another planet. But I'm open to that, and I think that it's our responsibility, especially when we're seeing that.
Now Esau's going to frame it as quote unquote aliens coming from another planet, and that's really just them blaspheming the heavens, as the scripture says that they would do. All right, but those but the beings in the chariots, what the world calls UFOs or UAPs, which UAP is an acronym for unidentified aerial phenomenon, and UFO is unidentified flying object. Well, they're IFOs to us. All right, they are identified flying objects, which those identified flying objects are the chariots. The chariots of Yahweh Bashim Shai and the angels within those chariots. But he always tries to frame them as quote-unquote aliens, which alien just means foreigner. Okay? And it tells you about an invasion that's going to take place in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, as well as in Revelation, the 12th chapter. And there's plenty of scriptures that show forth how the chariots are going to come in and enter into the house of the thief, man. Like it says in Zechariah, the 5th chapter, where it says, I beheld in lo a flying roll. That flying roll is talking about a chariot, what the world calls a UFO.
that we have a government that is actively blocking information from us. Just last night, I tried to get an amendment onto the National Defense Authorization Act that fit in the germaneness of that bill to have UAP disclosure. And conveniently, it was named non-germane, mostly deemed by staff, not even an elected official. This is the kind of stuff that we repeatedly see. Last year, we were blocked by someone in House administration from being able to receive a full briefing.
And why do you think they've been blocked? You know what I'm saying? Because they don't, they don't want this information to come out. Now they're talking about this probe, the so-called probe, that's flying towards Earth. Called I think it's called a 3A1 or 3AI Atlas. And it's projected to come into the path of Earth. Because that's going to be the next thing. They're going to make a big scare using quote unquote an alien invasion. Okay.
From Arrow. So not an elected official, but someone in staff blocked us. And I've had it. Enough is enough. I want to cue up a video that I've been given. And as before it starts, I'm going to describe. This was taken October 30th of 2024. This video is of an MQ-9 drone tracking an orb, or this object, off the coast of Yemen. You'll see that another MQ-9 launched a Hellfire missile. That you cannot see that drone, and so I'm not going to explain it to you. You'll see exactly what it does.
It's crazy because you can kind of hear it in his voice. You can kind of hear the fear in his voice. How his voice started trembling. And man, oh man, these people are going to tremble. As the scriptures talk about this, they're going to be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation. In Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Now, what you see in the middle that's the chariot. It looks like an orb. That's the chariot that the drone is. That's the chariot that the drone is following at the moment. See that? You notice that? You see that? So pretty much, when you look at it, and pretty much the drone, I rewind it a little bit, but the orb kind of broke it. Pieces of it looked like it kind of flew off, but it kind of conjoined back together into it. Watch. Rewind it just a little bit so y'all can see. Oh man, and it's still flying. You see it?
This is when it zoomed out, so you can still see it traveling.
Man.
So, Mr. Knapp, have you heard about events like this occurring, and what information might you have?
I have heard about events like this. I have heard about this event. Jeremy Corbell and I talked about it in one of our episodes a while back. We did not have the video, though. There are servers where there's a whole bank of these kind of videos that Congress has not been allowed to see, that the public hasn't been allowed to see. Occasionally, some of that stuff gets out in the wild, and it comes our way. It should be going to you. The public should be seeing this stuff. And why you're not allowed to, I don't know. But that's a Hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
So again, I'm
see that? So it says, and it kept going. It says, what the hell is that? So, I didn't want this lesson to be too long, but hey, man, when
1 second, they're a neighbor you like.
When Esau tries to fight against the Lord, man, Esau really gonna be shown that he's nothing more than just a man. As a matter of fact, let's end off on that. That's Ezekiel, the 28th chapter. Thou art a man and not a God. Let's see that. Yep. This is Ezekiel 28 verse 9. It says, What thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am God, but thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. See that? So Esau is going to clearly be shown that he's nothing more than just a man whenever he's taken out of power. Okay, especially whenever Yahweh Shai comes back in the chariots, and that's going to be a fearful sight, and that's going to be a fearful sight in itself. And the scripture says that in Revelation 1 that all the tribes of the earth are going to mourn because of him when he comes back in the clouds, which those clouds are chariots, man. And there it is. You've seen a missile getting shot at the chariot, and that it didn't do anything. It reflected off of them. It reflected off the chariot, man. You see? So, you know, I just wanted to do a lesson on this. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, the great millstone that taught us his truth, and that's what teaching his truth, and much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Until next time, I say shalom.